Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, last couple of days we are learning 37 factors of enlightenment, and in first two sessions we learn what is the Kayanupassana, the mindfulness of body, and how to see this entire earthly form or earth element with the body. So once you practice that, you will see that breathing meditation is connected with every meditation or Kayanupassana, or apart from it also you can practice it. So when you do this practice, then the feeling what arises in your body, in your mind, how you feel, Supreme Buddha asked to observe that. So today we're going to learn the feeling meditation, mindfulness, establishment of feeling meditations, Vedana. So we're going to learn that. Supreme Buddha says, Katam cha bhikkhave bhikkhu vedanasu vedananu passi viharati. Bhikkhu, and how bhikkhus does a bhikkhu await contemplating feeling as feelings. Ida bhikkhave bhikkhu sukhang vedanang vediyamano sukhang vedanang vediyamiti pajanati. What did it say? Ida bhikkhave, here is bhikkhu sukhang vedana. When you are having happy feeling or comfortable feeling, so on that time, or pleasant feeling when you're having, that time, sukhang vedanang vediyamiti. It means I am feeling in this way. I'm having the happy or pleasant feeling. Vediyamiti pajanati. Pajanati means knows, knowing that I am having this feeling in this moment. Most of the time that we are unable to identify what kind of feeling do we have. Like when we are busy or when we are doing something else, our mind is occupied by different thoughts. On that time, we forget how we are feeling it. Most of the time, when we are so much happy, that time we say, okay, I am feeling happy. So happiness is like, it can be in a very smaller fact also. I mean, small things can make us happy. The thing is that we don't see in that. Not all the time. Some of the time when we concentrate or when we are mindful, we feel those feelings. So the Buddha mentioned here, in Vedananupassana, the contemplating on feelings or being mindful of or establishment of feeling, that knowing it, that when you're having the pleasant feeling, this bhikkhu or this person knows that I am having this feeling in this moment. Second one, it says, Dukkhang Vedanang Vediyamano. When the person or when this bhikkhu feeling unpleasant feeling, having sad feeling, Dukkhang Vedanang Vediyami Pajanati. I am feeling, I am experiencing unpleasant feeling in this moment. That awareness. So when you are happy, be mindful that you are happy. When you are unhappy, then being mindful that I am unhappy. So usually it happens that when person have feeling that I am very happy, then this person or anyone tries to what it called uh, follow that happiness or wanting more and more, more and more, more and more something. You know, when that person is having unpleasant happen or feeling, that time he fall into sadness. You know, some of the time the depression also um, this person gets. But in the mindfulness, you do not have or we do not have to process that feeling. We have to just manage it. Like why that we have just be mindful of it. And why is that? Because that how much feeling or how much difference feeling that you can desire, just based on desire, it cannot be fulfilled. It needs a certain reason to appear. The happiness, it does not appear automatically. It has some reasons, you know. So most of time that if we are unable to understand that, we create more suffering or more pain for our samsara. Then Buddha says, Adukkama sukhang va vedana. When you are having adukkama, means it's neither unpleasant, sukhang, neither pleasant feeling. So the neutral time, you know. So when you are not having neither painful nor pleasant feeling, then you have this bhikkhu understand that I am having this feeling in this moment. This feeling for us, it happens when you are sitting alone, drinking coffee, or thinking of something that what is state is with you, you know. In that moment, yes, we do understand sometimes. When we are happy, our mind is filled with so many thoughts that happy, making us more and more happy something. When you are sad, you don't feel much. But when you are sitting alone and looking at, in that moment, you see that you do not have the happy feeling in your heart or nor the unpleasant, but it is kind of neutral place, neutral. That feeling also is a feeling that Supreme Buddha has. Usually we call, I'm feeling empty. You know, some of the people says, I feel nothing. That nothingness also is a part of feeling. We have to understand that. So when you are feeling happy, then be mindful that I am feeling happy. When you are unhappy or unpleasant feelings when we have, be mindful that I'm having unpleasant feeling. Sami sangva sukhang vedanang vediyamano. Sami sangva sukhang, it means, samisa means that when we have the feeling with our eyes, ear, nose, tongue, or we can call the six senses, based on these set senses, the desirable feeling arise. That called samisang. Samisang, it means it's bound with the worldly thoughts. Okay, like when you're looking at something and that view attracts your attention, and gives you a simple sensation feeling. I like to see this thing. In that moment, that is the desirable feeling is there. You know, so it arises based on your eye contact. When you are looking at something, then the hatred also arises based on that. Like you see something unpleasant, the hatred arises. Seeing something, seeing that unpleasant thing creates that hatred. That is the depend on the your eye contact. Or listening, sounds does not beat, it does not affect on directly on body, but it affect on our mind. Like for physical pain, we can understand that. So this pain is you can or the feeling you can say the bodily feeling and the mental feeling too. That too also is divided with the samisam sukha. So one feeling is based on the eye contact, another one is for the ear contact, nose contact, tongue contact, then body contact, mind contact. Depends on that context. So this feeling arises and it is based on these six senses. It called samisam sukham. Buddha mentioned that this bhikkhu, when he is having samisam sukham, based on these six senses, this pleasant feeling is arising from it. This bhikkhu samisam sukham vedanam vedyamanoti pajanati. I am having the pleasant feeling based on this samisa, six senses. This person, this bhikkhu, understand that. So our entire life, like we are, majority of time have this sensation. Only in the whole world population, the 0 point something can be say that I'm having another kind of feeling. Like Buddha mentioned here, niramisam sukham. Niramisa means when you are practicing meditation, when you are practicing the Dhamma practice, which is not bound with this six senses completely. It is also creates on this body, it is also experiencing it, but in that moment, you're not having any desirable thought with it, any hatredful thought with it. It's not the contact with this outer form, like contact of eye, so our eye, but the forms is outside one. It's not with that. So niramisa, it means when you are practicing meditation. So first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana. In that moment, what kind of sensation, feeling arising in that, you can describe that the niramisa sukha. Because it's only happens when you have the concentrated mind. That niramisam sukham, you have to understand that. Samisangva dukkham vedanam vediyamano samisang dukkham vedanam vediyamiti pajanati. Supreme Buddha mentioned that this bhikkhu, when he is having the unpleasant feeling based on these six senses, like eye contact, ear contact. The first one, that pleasant feeling is there. And we feel most of, so everyone, we feel that we have the pleasant feeling. Unpleasant feeling also we feel. In this way, in this moment, Buddha asked that describing it, that in a way, which way this feeling has arisen. Like bodily meditation, as we do the element meditation, we divided these elements are in this way. For the feeling also, we can divide it, that this pleasant feeling that you're feeling happy because of you listen Dhamma, like most of the time we feel, or so many Bhantes or everyone in Buddha also mentioned in several places that when you listen Dhamma, that time the happy feeling arises. When you are speaking of Dhamma, the happiness arises. That one. When someone says something bad, unpleasant feeling arises. It is arise because of ear. So being mindful of that is called Vedananupassana. When Vedananupassana, it just you have to see as it is. It's not about to work on it. Like for the body limitation, we do not work on that. I having this kind of weight body. Let me do something to change it. We don't think in that. We just observe. The mindfulness, it means being aware that this is happening in this moment. That's all. Or feelings also. That feeling is Supreme Buddha mentioned to observe. Niramisangva dukkham. Niramisangva dukkham, it means that we can understand when we are meditating, the pleasant feeling arise that we can see. But when we are meditating, some of the time, the feeling is unpleasant also. Unpleasant feeling is also there. That the last time what you have reached to the state, the peacefulness, it's not coming there. Your mind is constantly traveling somewhere and you are not able to isolate your mind from this thing. In that moment, you are taking effort for meditation. Okay? And in a way that you are practicing meditation, but the expectation that I should feel in this way, it's not happening there. The practice is there, but the fruits is not seen in this moment. Then that is called Niramisam Dukkham. It's not bound with the worldly forms. It's not bound with something desirable. In the outer world, it is bound with the meditative state. When you are practicing for the samatha it means for developing the concentration. Vipassana, it means looking at what is as it is, like breathing. You look as it is. So the vipassana, contemplating continuously. That in that moment, the unpleasant feeling arises while you are practicing meditation. That feeling, unpleasant feeling, is called Niramisam Dukkham Vediyamiti Pajanati. That moment you should understand, I am having this unpleasant feeling, and this is unpleasant feeling is based on samatha and vipassana. Supreme Buddha mentioned. Then samisangva adukkam sukham vedana vediyamano. Samisang adukkam sukham vedanam vediyami iti pajanati. When the neutral feeling, such a feeling arises based on these six senses like eyes, ear, nose, tongue. That moment, we have to be mindful that I am having this feeling. It is a little bit difficult. It is very hard. And Supreme Buddha mentioned vipassana, contemplating, just looking at it. Not to following, not to going behind that, okay, I'm having this feeling, let me enjoy. No. Observing it in that moment, it is a little bit difficult. And this one, adukkama sukha, it is really hard to see. So, how you can start that to do it every day whenever you are practicing meditation or when you are doing your work. In that moment, because meditation you can do in the four postures, sitting down, laying, standing, and walking. All of that moment, you can develop this feeling meditation. It does not have that you should sit down in one particular place and then you should do all the time when you are working, or simple, only simple thing you have to do. Just be mindful. Yes, I am having this feeling in this moment. And that's all. Don't go beyond, don't change anything. You do your work, but be mindful only that I'm having this feeling in this moment. When the feeling changes, just be mindful that in this moment, my feeling has changed. So with the time, with the longer time, then you will be understand that when this feeling start to change, or how this feeling has arrived. It is a similar as you when you do the breathing meditation. How we usually say that when we are doing breathing meditation, be mindful of your breath. Observe the shorter breath and longer breath. You know, when you are breathing shorter breath in, be mindful. When you breathe shorter breath out, be mindful. Longer breath in. These two things, that shorter breath and longer breath, who can observe? The person who has a longer practice to compare that this is my shorter breath, this is my longer breath. So for long time, if someone is doing, for this person is understandable, I am having this breathing in this moment. For feelings also is similar. When you do for long time, when you observe, you distinguish as this feeling what I'm having in this moment is arised based on eye contact, and it can be for split of second, that feeling, but you will be mindful of that. First you have to see all the feelings, that happy, sad. Then you have to see some sense. It means based on these senses first, depend on that how you feel. Then when you go a little bit further, you are you will be able to understand that neutral feeling is there too. Neutral also. And some of we don't know how to do. If we feel too much attached with these feelings, you don't have to act on it. If you feel too much attached, if you having feeling the sad feeling or unpleasant feeling, what will happen? If you think on that, it will make you more depressed. And that is not the purpose of meditation. That is not. Just be mindful. I'm having unpleasant feeling, and do some other work. That's all. For neutral feeling is also that when you're having with because of these five senses, for the forms or for the sounds, smell, taste, tangibles, based on that the feeling arise. Be mindful that this is I'm having. That's all. When you continues that for longer time, then you observe neither pleasant nor unpleasant feeling is also exist in these forms. Like every day we are working, like this cloth, what we are wearing, it gives the feelings, because of tangibles. You know? We sometimes feel comfortable when we wear it. I'm feeling cold. Sometimes we feel unpleasant. But most of time, what kind of feeling we have with this cloth? We don't have. So that is a neutral feeling. We have to be mindful of that. You know, sometimes when we are driving, when we have attention on that time, when we listening the music, we start to do the humming, or we start to say those words, out loud. That is called the pleasant feeling in that moment. I'm enjoying this song, not driving in that moment. But most of time, someone's radio is on, something is going. We don't feel. We listen that, oh, that noise is there. But what kind of noise is there? We don't know. We don't completely clear. That is called neither pleasant, neither unpleasant feeling. We are eating food, tasting it, you know, every day we are having. But sometimes a special day we are having the lasagna or pizza or burger or something we cook something specially for that day. We like to taste every bite of it. That is pleasant feeling based on our eyes, ear, nose. So taste the tongue based on our tongue. That feeling. So be mindful every time when you have, oh, I'm having this feeling. That's all. And move on. You don't have to linger. We don't have to linger on that. Okay, I want to enjoy this entire thing. No. Because if you do, you will stuck there. Moving forward will be very hard. So being mindful and letting go. That's all. What will happen? This entire four foundations is work from the body, feelings, then mind, and then Dhamma. So from this something bigger, it goes in the depth of inside, it making smaller and smaller. What you can observe easily, like you can see your body, you can feel, that comes with the bodily form. Then based on this body, whatever sensation arise, those are feelings. This feeling where you feel, that is called mind. And this mind, how it process it, that is called Dhamma. The process is called Dhamma. In this moment, when you are observing on feeling, it's not a processing yet. Do not go immediately on the processing. For longer time, like take 1 or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, just to be mindful. In this moment, I'm having this feeling, that's all. Like you may notice that one of the monk who was practicing the meditation of the skeleton meditation for long time he did, and now he can see just the skeletons, So the couple of guys came and they asked, have you seen this women run goes from here? I said, I don't know. He was looking, but he said, I don't know. I have seen the one skeleton pass from here. So he saw that person, but the feeling was, the understanding was, I was showing the person, but he has trained himself to look it in that way. So the feeling is also that this skeleton has passed from here. That's all he understands. And it is crying. He did not run behind it. What kind of skeleton is this? That running, we do not want with the feeling. Like when we see something good, we turn back and try to take another peek, That is following. Vedana Nupassana, just observation, this feeling in this moment. So it can be based on these six senses, or the not last one, but based mostly for eyes, ear, nose, tongue, and body. This and the Niramisang, it means when you are sitting down for meditation, and we do every day, you, me, everyone who is following, we sit down for meditation, even not sitting down, but when we are walking, whenever we have the feeling that may all the beings live in peace and happy, that moment you are practicing meditation. So you feel that when you are practicing may all beings live in peace and happily, even though you are saying some of the time, in yesterday's meditation on good, but today's unpleasantable thoughts, unpleasantable things is sensation is arising you can call niramisa dukkham. That is unpleasant thought, but it arises for when you are practicing meditation, when you are doing samatha and vipassana, that moment. So being mindful is called Vedananupasana. Then, iti ajjattang va vedanasu vedananupasi viharati. Ajjattang. It means in this bodily form, attached with these things, the feeling comes. Relating with someone else means when you see someone else and attach yourself there, in that time, when you call, that is called bahita. So taking someone else in that is called bahita. So ajjattangva vedanasu vedananupasti viharati. Whatever feeling you feel inside, being mindful of that, contemplating on this feeling is vedananupasana. Then bahitava vedanasu, bahita means outside. So someone else's feeling. We go to feel sad for someone else. We become part of someone else's happiness. We go for enjoyment. That thing is called bahita. These two feelings we have to be mindful of. Samudaya dhammanupastiva vedanasu viharati. Samudaya dhammanupasti means with the arising of feeling. Samudaya dhammanupasti. So arising this feeling based on the contact. So based on the contact, whatever feeling arise, we have to be mindful. Vayadhammanupasiva. Then the sensation is following back. Up to this point, we were mindful of all the things. This what is I'm feeling. So the first thing you can divide this meditation like for a couple of minutes. Like we were taught that we're going to learn this as a practices. So first, just to be mindful. In this moment, I am having this kind of feeling. That is the first step. Then, when you are become mindful, you are become observant of every feeling what you have, like every day, that I'm having this kind of feeling in this moment. With time, you will be able to understand that in this moment, this feeling started to come to my mind. That is called arising of feeling. Arising is little bit hard because you have to observe that in a which contact this is happening. So for observing that, it will take longer time for us to do that. So first thing, we have to be just mindful in basically that I am having this feeling, good, bad, happy, sad, pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling for both. Then being mindful that is this feeling based on my senses, the eyes, ear, nose, tongues, and body, or these feelings what I'm having is based when I'm practicing meditation, niramisa, neither pleasant or unpleasant. That feeling with these five senses, or when you're practicing meditation, that when you take time to do this for a long time, then try to observe that where this feeling has arisen. Then you describe that, okay, based on this eye contact, this happy feelings start to arise. So then you can call samudaya dhamman pasiva. So attached with the samudaya, the arising feeling, the sensation or the feeling gathers there or shows like happy feeling. Immediately you don't feel happy. It has a process. You feel happy, like started to do these things, and then you enjoys it, that when that thing is makes you happy. So process is there for happiness too. Process is there for uh, pleasant feeling. That is called arising feeling for happiness. Same goes for unhappy feeling also. Vedamanupasima. We have understand that nothing stays as it is. So what we do, when this happy feeling is fading away, we try to cling with it, we try to bound with, attach with it, we try to hold it, and it cannot be happen. As happy feeling does not stay long, sad feeling is also, unpleasant feeling is also does not stay long. But this happy feeling, when it's fading away, Vedamanupasiva, when it transforming, when it's changing, we have to be mindful of that too. And this both feeling you can do only and only then when you have a longer time of mindfulness to observe or to compare that this is this feeling. So what we have to do first, we have to be mindful of this feeling I'm having. So spend your time every day. Don't sit down and observe. Yes, Juice.
No, that is
Uh,
Ahmad.
yes, Namabuddha.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, yes.
For example, can we change mm, can we change the definition of the feeling? For example, in the past, I used to like green apples very much. And then I
Yes.
start to reflect on that. And then I said, oh, the green apple is actually sour. It's not very delicious. And now it's unpleasant feeling.
Uh-huh.
Before it was pleasant, and now it's unpleasant because my mind changed. I changed my mind.
Yes. It happens sometime, but only then, like sour feeling is also enjoyable, isn't that? Means now you think of that, that's why you don't like. It happens, but still, like you like to watch something better more and more, but with time you get bored, and what happens? You don't watch anymore longer time. So same thing goes for the taste also. You eat every day, and then it becomes numb. Doesn't have that excitement to you.
Yes, maybe it becomes boring or I don't know.
Yes, but it's only because it's happening continuously. So when you follow the Vedananupasana, it's not following. It's not that unpleasant feeling is happened because of Dhamma. It will take time
Oh,
to
okay.
process. That is the process has happening.
Yeah.
Being aware, like you said, yes, I like pineapples. It's good, you know. So that sensation, that feeling is just I'm having the pleasant feeling. That's all. You process on that. Okay, this pineapple, okay, having this kind of taste, and now I'm feeling little bit this. So this process entirely happened. We will learn that beautifully in the Dhammanupassana, that how this changes with the uh, what it called the forms and feelings, how it change. We can learn that there. But for Vedananupassana, the just observation is there. It's not more than that. Like when you follow it, then it happened process. But when you are aware of it, that's all. Like now you can feel that I am having unpleasant feeling of eating pineapple. That's all.
To be
That's all.
mindful.
Yes, be mindful. But uh, when you are mindful, so do not try to run behind it. Like I want to keep this tasting in as it is, because it never stays similar. Never stays. Because see, same chocolate can be delicious for one person. It can change the taste for another person. It
Yes,
depends on how this person is
yes.
eating, you know.
For example, dark chocolate. Dark chocolate. Some people they
Yeah,
like it, other people they don't like.
that's true. That's true. We have one of the monk in Canada, he loves dark chocolate. You give, he said, no, dark chocolate is good, better. First time I tasted, it was very bitter.
Yeah.
But with the time, I eat a couple of times, and then I said, okay, it's good.
Yeah.
It's not bitter anymore, but still it's there. So that changes with time, how you see that. Like I was relating when I was eating the dark chocolate, that this Bante likes. So if I eat, I will like. Now I have developed the taste. Okay, I can manage, I can eat it. I don't love as Bante do, but I like it. So it changes with the how I see that another person is having. But the feeling is that I eat chocolate and I have this kind of feeling. That's all. So uh, process will happen later. In this moment, these things. So first time that now we can say samudaya dhammanupassi. So when this when you are eating the pineapple at first time, that feeling is happening above. It means how you felt. Now you started to lose that taste. Vedamanupassi. Now the taste is changing, so you feel you're fading away that feeling. It's called Vedamanupassi. Changing that. So be mindful of that too. Be mindful
Oh,
of that. Not because Samudaya Dhammanupassi is arising feeling regarding based on this contact. Vayadhammanu feeling, it means the the decaying of that feeling. It's not staying as it is for longer time. So this can change also. So that thing also you have to be mindful. Don't go deep in feeling meditations. Everyone. So don't just I want to feel. This is not the feeling meditation. Just observe it. Means like don't sit down for longer time and say I want to feel happy in this moment. So strongly saying that I want to feel. So it is like it's emphasizing on the feelings. Not the feeling meditation is not that. Just being aware. Like one day. Uh, the one Bante asked that Bante, he went for the alms round, Pindapata, and uh, he saw the beautiful place there. He saw a beautiful place, and he come back to Supreme Buddha, and he was upasthayaka. He was taking care or looking after Supreme Buddha in that days before the Ananda Bante, and he said to Supreme Buddha, Bante, I want to go to meditate in that place. It's beautiful. So Supreme Buddha said, wait a couple of minutes. No one is here. So he said, no one, it's beautiful opportunity to do. What he did, he went there and sit down for meditation. Not a single moment he can concentrate. Different thoughts were coming there in his mind. When he realized, he come back to Supreme Buddha and said, Bante, for the single moment I was unable to concentrate. All different kind of thoughts were rising in me. So it was not the usual form of him. You know, he did not try to run behind those thoughts. He did not try to hold the pleasant thought. He just become mindful that I am having this kind of thought in this moment. He come back and ask Supreme Buddha that Bhante, this kind of feeling I was having, distraction was there a lot. My mind was continuously wandering. So many thoughts come to there. That is observing of feeling. So when you are at school, when you are at your workplace, when you're going to the shopping mall, buying something, you know, whatever catch your eyes, whatever you look, just be mindful. In this moment, I'm having this feeling. That's all. I'm enjoying time. That's all. I'm not feeling good. Being mindful enough. Processing it will be take time. But with time, what will happen? You will be understand, okay, because of this thing, this feeling has arisen. You cannot copy it next time. You cannot copy it next time. Like first time you watch a movie, you watch with the curiosity and enjoyment. Second time you watch the same movie, what happened?
Mm.
It already, there is no curiosity. You know the story. Now you watch for amusement. That's all. So you cannot create the same feeling by trying the same method. No. So next time you do the same thing and you will say arising feeling I'm looking at, it cannot be happen. Some of them. It can happen only one time in that moment. Next time the feeling will arise there, we have to look at that. So for your pineapple also good. Some pineapple is very sweet also.
Yes.
Some pineapple are bitter too.
Yeah. Just be mindful whenever it comes and let it go.
That's that's all. So
Good.
see that. Okay. So being mindful of feeling is a simple thing, but it is hard to be aware of. Once you combine this body meditation or the foundation of contemplating on body, and based on that body, whatever is arises, his feelings, when you combine, you will see more easily that this kind of feelings I'm having it. So do not run like in a vipassana. Most of the courses says, okay, everything is impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. Not like in this moment. Take that, enjoy this moment, and move on. That's all. Then you will see how will affect how the process begin in the chittanupassana. What is the chitta, or how this entire feeling is existing? Because when you feel the pain on your body, is this really the body is feeling the pain, or your mind is explaining to you? That is happen with the chittanupassana. Same thing. So we will learn that in the next class. Um, this is little bit means the feelings are Supreme Buddha has mentioned in different way. I will explain these feelings in the Manupassana also, because it will be directly related with that too. So that dividation for the hundreds of different parts, we will learn that in the Dhammanupassana. Okay.
Okay.
Anything you want to ask, we can learn it. You can ask.
Bande. Okay.
Yeah.
Say if you are off the cushion and you're walking on the street, you see an enemy and you get this angry feeling that comes up.
Yes. Yeah.
Just be mindful is not enough, right? You realize that you're feeling unpleasant feeling, but you have to react to that feeling. So that is to apply the wisdom on the mindfulness.
Yeah.
So just sitting down and being mindful of your feelings is, to me, it just wouldn't remove the defilements that you have within myself.
Yes.
So
What I'm saying, do things like this. When you see, we say bad words all the time. It's not good to do. Okay, it's not good to do. But sometimes we're unable to control. When you see someone who you hate and you want to say the bad words, just say it in that moment and be mindful of that. I had a hatredful feeling in that moment. I said these things. That's all. Feeling sensation. How to get rid of the anger is different. You understand what I'm saying? Yes.
yeah.
So all the things, it's not about to fighting with defilements when you are concentrating your mind. Concentration is something else than fighting with defilements.
Okay, but I'm talking about when you're off the cushion. Say, okay, when you're meditating, of course,
Yes.
you won't be in that situation, but we have to apply whatever we get from
Yes.
meditation, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like, just being mindful to me is not enough. You have we have to apply the wisdom that we learn from Buddha Dharma, so that we can grow. I mean, hoping to erase defilements eventually. So to me, sati, anupasana, like Dharma, Vedana. Eventually, we have to remove all these defilements, and just sitting and meditating will not do much unless you know how to apply it, right?
Yes. So you were here for first class. That what we say, the 37 factors are there. How many? 37. Okay. The first stage or first step is not the entire staircase. First step or second step is one step. You cannot call this is the stair, entire stairs. No, it is a one stair. So Vedananupasana is a one part of it. And for the majority of people, they are unable to understand, identify this Vedana, the feeling. They are unable to identify. So what we are talking today, it's not about how to process on it, how to change or that. I'm saying, or today we are learning what is the Vedana, what is the feeling. So we learn that feeling is good or pleasant, unpleasant, or neither pleasant, neither unpleasant. That is the feeling. Once you understand that, then you have to see where this feeling is arisen from. Is it from the eye contact? Is it from the ear contact? Is it from the nose contact? Is it from the tongue contact? Is it from the bodily contact? Then, as it arises, it cannot stay as it is. It decays with time. Like you have an angry feeling, you're looking at someone, it does not stay entire day or continues with your life. Once you change your mind in that moment, that anger, or once you move somewhere, you see something else, your feeling changes with that. So be mindful that this feeling has changed after this transformation. That is called observing the feeling. Feeling, it means like most of time what happened, like some people want to feel something. The addiction happens, I want to feel that. So they crave for it. They forget the craving is also kind of creates the feeling. So observation is different. What you are asking is to work on that. When we learn, when you and me, when we talk here about the mind and Dhammanupassana, then you will understand the process, why that anger has arisen in you. Then we can get rid of it automatically. For getting rid of it, it's not possible immediately just by thoughts. For that, what? You will need effort. So the next, after this Kayanupassana, Vedananupassana, Dhammanupassana, Chittanupassana and Dhammanupassana, after there is called the effort meditation also. Padhan Bhavana. It gives you chance to process it. Then to keep it steady, to keep it proper way, you will do the psychic or the powers meditation also. Then you will do to make that establishment. I am not going to shake it from there. That is called the bala, pancha bala, pancha. That is called there. It will be there. We will learn that these faculties will be helpful for us to develop the Satta Bojjhanga. This will develop Satta Bojjhanga. These 7 factors of enlightenment will help us to walk on Noble Eightfold Path. Do you see what I'm saying? So, observation is first step. Second step is effort. Third step is doing that. So what we are doing, one by one doing one thing, you know, that when we are observing the impurities in our body, do we have the same feeling in that moment? Oh, I am filled with dirt. I'm feeling ill. All these bad things. How it will create us? What kind of sensation? What kind of feeling we will have? We will hate ourselves in a way because we don't like something unpleasant thing. So, based on dwelling on that, "Oh, I want to process. It will be very difficult for us. It will. We will do like all we will do. Now we're going to observe. Then how it arising, how it decaying. We will observe, and then we will come to that state. This kind of feeling I am having in this moment. Then this feeling moves in Chittanupassana. Like, oh, this is a body. There is a form somewhere, and the form is there. So this form, whenever anything someone touches it here, the feeling comes. Where it came? On this body. In the Kayanupassana, in the body, contemplation on body, we learn this body exists in this way. We are observing. Now, what is happening on this body? The feelings is arising. We are observing this feeling. This feeling is felt with the mind. That our chitta, our mind is processing this feeling. That is the third meditation. Fourth meditation is what this feeling, what is affecting on the surrounding of this body and other senses. That is called Dhammanupassana. What you are saying, Pauline, is that. And we're going to learn up to that. We're going. It's the next class. Next class, we're going to learn that. Okay?
Thank you, Pandit.
Once our class is finished, you will understand that how this one thought, that anger, is affecting on Noble Eightfold Path. So it is completely connected. Entire chain is connected. One single thought or one single feeling is not just only one single feeling. It has a huge compound like that. Huge matter is connected. Like one drop of water has what we call the H2O. There is two H, and there is one O. So for water is one word, but there is other compounds is connected, and that's why it is there. Same thing for the Noble Eightfold Path. We will learn that how this everything is connected with that particular point, and then we can go further.
How would I, Bante?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Bante, for sharing, for explaining. Although it is really very difficult to visualize it and to experience it. Okay, hopefully we can do that. Now, I'm actually trying to just think of a word. Bante, you started saying that we have to look into that feeling as is, observe. So would I say that first thing is while we're observing, then we have to, in other words, recognize that that feeling is there. So recognition, right? And then Bante, you're saying the next would be once you recognize, oh, there is that feeling of pleasant or unpleasant, then you move to saying that there is it arises, right? Because of a contact. So arises and then the passing of it or the decaying of it. So my next part is, should we say that once we recognize it, we investigate, we recognize it, and then the arising, and then let it fall fast. So it should be very short term, very temporary, right? So because sometimes the feeling tends to, like Bante said, we should prevent it. If we cling on it and then or we extend it, and it will strengthen, right? So it should be very short, very temporary, and it will change from positive to negative, and that's all. So just trying to visualize Bante explanation because it's very difficult. And thank you once again, Bante.
It is very difficult
Hopefully we
to.
can experience that in the meditation next time.
Definitely, definitely. Actually, what I'm saying this entire meditation, like we talked here. So now I said, okay, do it. Don't go with the feelings for a long time. Just every day, what you're doing, be mindful. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling that. That's all. But when you do one entire week, don't think of it at more. Just say, I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling bad. I'm feeling nothing. I'm feeling with this because of that. When I was meditating, I'm feeling what these things. That's all. That is called the Vedananupasthana. Not more than that. Where you feel and how you will feeling or how it changes, that happens in the next step. That happens in the next step, not in the feeling. Being like we call that staying as it is, means don't drag it, that feeling. That's all you have to do. Being mindful is first. Like when someone is there, no one has means the person who does not means hasn't had practiced the breathing meditation yet. How you will explain that person to do the breathing meditation? You will say, observe your breath. On tip of note, whatever the breath is there, observe it. And you know that what happened? First time when you breathe, immediately, oh, I want to call someone, that happens. 2 minutes, we cannot concentrate on our breath as a first day. We are unable. But with the time, we become easier. Okay, I am breathing. Then we distinguish, okay, this is longer one, this is shorter one, based on our previous experiences. For feeling is also in similar. When you have a longer time that you have observed your feelings, you become aware that this feeling is there. That's all. You don't follow like we do when we breathe. Don't force it. We don't want to do to take effort to breathe. No, just observing. Observation is important. So the feeling is also, it's not to dragging or pulling that feeling. It's just observing the feeling. Observation. That is the meditation. So observe your feeling. That is called Vedananupasthana. Pasthana means looking at, seeing at. Toward what? To the feeling. That's all.
But is there a do we have to measure how long is the observation or how short is it? Okay. Or is
No,
it
no, no, no.
depends on anybody or it just comes out spontaneously? And
Uh,
the rising and falling, how short should it be? And I'm just asking about the
no,
measurement.
no, 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 no,
No.
no, not like that. Not like that. Like whatever you are see, for the feeling also, what having, that's all you. For the breathing also, what breath you have, that's all you have to. And in entire breathing meditation, it never mentioned to control your breath in that way. What it mentioned, that based on that breath, what you are breathing, concentrate on your entire body. It's not to changing the breathing, but how you're breathing, looking something else in that time of period. I will train to breathe in, contemplating on body. It is the one of the part. So train to look at our entire body in that breathing session. That is there. It's not to training our breathing to look at our body. It's not like that. So observation is a meditation that you are looking at it. To looking at your breath is observation. You're just looking at. You're not following, not dragging. For feelings also, pleasant or unpleasant, you have to do the same thing. You don't have to drag or pull something, because when it connected with each other, that like it's kind of this entire thing is one the different parts. The onions, the broccoli, the carrot, and these all things. So paneer or the butter, this all the spices, everything is separate. Okay, when you cut down, chop down, and then you cook properly, what happened? It gives a different flavors. It changes from its original flavor, and that happens. This entire meditation all together is become the vipassana. But individually, you can call it carrot. So that is, you can say it is kaya anupassana. Individually, when you say this is salt or butter, You can say this is a Vedananupasana. Individual has a different taste, but when it comes together, it has that is called the entire one. We are going through that now. We are learning these individual things. What? Oh, this is salt, this is carrot, this is this. But when it comes together, we say, oh, this is gravy I have cooked. This is vegetable I have cooked. That will be the entire dish. So how to come there, we are learning. Don't try to change. Means you're saying is that the carrot is there. Let me peel and change it, the carrot, something indifferent. It cannot happen. When you cook, it will stay same. The nature, texture is same. You don't have to change the forms also for that.
So now, Bhante, when we talk about the Vedana, now there's two types, right? Like there's a mental Vedana and like a physical Vedana, right? So normally, like in the Vipassana, right? Which one should you focus more on?
What is easily to be find? Where it's easy to find?
For me, it's the physical. The physical is easier for me.
So begin with the physical Vedana. Begin with it. But when you are doing the meditation, automatically it changes with that too. So the physical Vedana is also felt by mind. So it will automatically happen. So that the feeling will be in Chittanupassana,
Okay.
That what you are saying, this feeling is about the bodily feeling and it is affecting on your mind. So when you have, like in Chittanupassana, it says Saragam. So based on that, how the feeling is there, what creates and happens in your mind, that is called the desire or hatred. It goes to the different category of meditation. For this moment, if you are able to observe on your body, then observe the bodily feeling first. When you are having the mental feeling, observe it, that's all. When you categorize it, it is having desirable or undesirable, it goes to the mind meditation, Chittanupassana.
Okay, Bhante. And my second question is,
Yes.
now, they say Vedana Pachaya Tan.
Yes.
Right? So does that mean the Tanha is always based on a Vedana? Like, can you have a Tanha that's based on, say, a Sanya or a Sankara or something? Or is it always based on a Vedana?
Yes, Vedana. Vedana is the everything. Like without feeling, you cannot process. How? Like when you see a form, okay? Anything, when you look at from your eyes, what is front of you? As soon as you look at that, contact happen, you feel something. That is called the feeling. That feeling, is it pleasant or unpleasant? It is decided. If it is pleasant, then what happened? You develop desire, develop wanting. If it is unpleasant, what happened? You develop hatred. So hatred is also tanha. You want to hate someone, that is also tanha. So based on your feeling, the desire arises, the tanha arises based on the feeling.
Okay. And then Bhante, how about the what is it? Like the notion of I.
Yes.
Like I, me, myself. How does that relate to the Vedana?
This all feelings you're feeling on your body, that we call it, this is my feeling. It is there. Okay, that question's answer I will give you when we learn about the Dhammanupassana. Is that okay?
Okay, Bhante, that's fine.
So you will have the more clarity that what is exactly I'm saying, that is me, myself.
Okay, Bhante.
Okay. So I think everyone enjoyed, understand a little bit. It's really, really very hard because it's not something, this Vedanupasana is not something to see something isolated. It's not something to see isolated. But if you want to understand the entire process, you have to isolate that much. That's what I'm saying. Don't think of next, just think in this moment. That's all for the Vedananupassana. Because then you will have the complete idea of how the Vedananupassana is working. If you start to connect now in this moment, you will lose the process for the next. You lose the process for the future. Like something like that earlier time when they teach you to build something. So they teach you this proper measurement and everything. Now the calculator came and everything came. So lots of people have that trouble to doing the measurement. Immediately they do calculator and that happens. The result they see, but how that happened, they sometimes forget. So same for the Vedana also. If you don't process the Vedana how it is there, it will be very easy. You will see the result, but how that will come and connected, it will be a little bit fading. So just observe. That's all for this week. Entire week. You don't have to process with it. Yes, you go with the flow, that will different, but just be mindful. Sitting here, oh, I'm feeling back pain. Okay, it's complicated. I'm writing something, my hand is painful. That's all I'm seeing. Someone said this good thing word to me. Oh, I feel good. Someone said bad word to me. I'm feeling bad. That's all. Don't go with it. Whatever happened is happening. It's okay. That is the next process. It's not one to observe today. Today's we have to observe. This is there. That's all. Okay. Yes. So that's all for today. I hope that you understand. More than understanding, practice it, and let me know tomorrow class, and I will explain how this thing feeling will affect in chitta. Okay, and we will see that what you are feeling, it is the next day. Okay, so observe the entire week in small separate parts. That will be fine.